For all your pastry, bakery, and quality food, CK Restaurant is the only place to be. We do catering for birthdays, weddings, and all related services. We have all kinds of local foods, American, European, and even beyond. Come and have a taste of our local juice, ebe, and other services. At CK Restaurant, customer satisfaction is our priority.
Are you thinking of owning your dream homes? EJ Investment is here for you. Secure our quality bungalows with 2, 3, or 4 bedrooms, or our story buildings, 3 or 4 to 5 bedrooms at very affordable prices with flexible payment plans at our Sanyang Seaview Estate, where you can enjoy the cool breeze with modern infrastructure such as tar roads, covered drainage system, modern electrification with street lights, gated entrance with security posts, and social amenities such as gas station, shopping mall, medical clinic, park, schools, children daycare, and a lot more. Our dedicated team of professionals will keep the estate clean at all times, provide security and patrol team within the estate premises, install latest technologies such as CCTV, Wi-Fi, home network installation, solar panel, and power backup system. Also, check out for our additional home facilities and interior design service such as premium tiling, wall plaster, home landscape, fingerprint home lock, and a lot more. Visit our office at Senegambia Kololi Highway and get a free site visit tour, or contact us on 4464838. WhatsApp us on 3259220. Or you can visit our Facebook page or Instagram on EJ Investments. EJ Investments, we are first in properties.
Recently, we have seen Gambians write a lot of books. We are now proud to say we have a community of library, so to speak, books written by Gambians and books written with Gambian influence. Today's ceremony is no different, but there are people here who know more about the book than I do. My role here is to facilitate the speakers and this morning's event. And in doing so, the first person to do the actual welcome remarks is a person who has worked with women, has worked in the financial industry, and has had significant impact in the lives of Gambian women, and is doing incredibly well in her domain of specialization. Ladies and gentlemen, please do welcome Fatou Cham, National Coordinator of BOS Women, the Gambia.
Please allow me to give a brief overview of BOS Women as an organization. BOS was registered in 2018 with only 1 staff and got its NGO status on April 6, 2021. Now our staff strength is at 11 with 2 training bosses. From inception to date, we have reached the hearts and changed lives of over 7,000 women across the country. In 2018, BOS Women trained 338 women. In 2019, 1,595 women. In 2020, 2,000 women. And in 2021, we are at 3,500 women. We are excited to inform you that we will hand in over cooperative certificates to 7 BOS community women, groups trained on cooperative formation. The increase in the number ladies and gentlemen, can be attributed to the impact of the training on the lives of women and their families. We have realized that the remote locations of women and lack of access to quality information created a gap that makes some of us classify women as poor. The BOSS training provides access to opportunities that would improve lives by equipping women with knowledge, skills, and tools. With our school mobile bus equipped with trainers and materials, with our tailor-made curriculum that reaches out to women in the most remote areas of the country. Our learnings from the field, ladies and gentlemen, is that poverty is not lack of wealth, but lack of opportunity. We have seen the transformational change in the lives of our women, seen them build their confidence as far as decision-making is concerned, and contribute more in the socio-economic development of our families, of their families and loved ones. This is made possible because they are equipped with the required knowledge to enable them make informed choices in their journey towards financial freedom and self-development. BOSS Women has, over the years, invested over $10 million for the economic empowerment of Gambian women. Thank you, BOSS Netherlands. COVID-19 support package. We all experienced the impact of pandemic on our lives and that of our loved ones. Our BOSS Care component provided COVID-19 support to over 2,000 families in 2020 within the West Coast region and North Bank. We have distributed food items and farm input support worth over $2.5 million to communities. Construction of a borehole at the Sukuta Women's Garden is one of the prominent projects that we have undertaken. Also, we fenced a 100 by 100 meter garden for BOSS Women Group of Fast Chabai. Some of the women are here present. We also provided rice seedlings to Mbambanta Women Garden in Gunjur. Representative of the Honorable Minister, members of the High Table, allow me to recognize the efforts of our local partners who contributed immensely to complement the effort of BOSS in the Gambia. We could not have achieved these numbers without their partnership, and we hope other stakeholders will be inspired to work with BOSS Gambia. The She Trade Program, under the Ministry of Trade, Regional Integration and Employment, we signed an MOU to train 800 women countrywide. It was through the She Trade Partnership that we also create the platform from the Women Chamber of Commerce to establish regional chapters across the country through our anchor women locally called Dimba Nyima. Still with our partners in the Gambia, we are also able to connect with GIZ under its Techifi program and have supported the training of 7 master trainers in agro-food processing in the communities of Kuloro, Penyem, and Sibanor and Kafuta. Further to the training received from GIZ, 3 farming communities were identified and supported with farm tools worth over $150,000. These tools will help boost the production capacity of women in their gardens. The media has played an important role in our work. And here we will recognize the effort of Taxif FM, who is currently giving BOSS Women Gambia monthly airtime of 1 hour every month. And that gives our women the platform to talk about the activities of BOSS, their journey with BOSS, and the impact that opportunity did to the organization is by allowing more women to contact BOSS and also request for our training. Thank you, Taxi FM. And this was inspired when they covered the distribution package that we did during the COVID support. The International Trade Center, ITC, also piloted with BOSS Gambia, our BOSS Green program, with farmer field schools in the regions of North Bank and CRR. This training provides women with the knowledge to mitigate climate change and become green ecopreneurs. In conclusion, Madam, I wish to use this opportunity to invite you to support our goal to reach 100,000 women in 2026. I welcome you all to the book launch, Gift of Friendship, and hope a friendship that has built BOSS as an organization will find its way in your hearts, in your organizations, to reach out to many communities in the Gambia. I thank you all for your attention.
I love and respect him not only because he's an uncle, but as a child, we found him to be incredibly involved in the expansion of humanity and his work in the NGO world. We admired his leadership skills, his talent, and his ability to contribute to humanity at all its best. He has achieved and retired twice, yet he's not tired. We see him in the international arena, and we only aspire to become someone like him when we get to his age. We're still trying, we haven't gotten there. The next speaker is Mr. Usman Mohammed Cham to give us the story behind the book, Gift of Friendship. Mr. Cham.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the book we are about to launch today is a product of a simple request from a friend inviting me to write a book with him. At first, I thought this was the unique opportunity for me to write about my 4 decades of experience in community development and not the development of communities. This invitation to write a book came from Dave, Christine in the Gambia as Dauda. Dave, can you stand up so that people see you and say who this guy is? Can we give him a round of applause? I met Dave in 2001 as a tourist in the Gambia. Since then, our friendship was built on trust, and this grew from strength to strength. The friendship is unique as it has always been rooted in our burning desire to serve humanity. We strive to make positive differences in the lives of the people with little means. Of course, we knew and appreciated our differences in terms of our cultural and religious orientations and political geography. But our common aspiration and resolve uniting us was and still stronger than our differences. Mr. Moderator, the writing of this book awakened in me a renewed sense of commitment to share my thoughts about how I see how we as humanity could collectively harness nature for the good of all. Let me be quick to say that this book is not an academic one. It is one written from our hearts. It is based on our reading, understanding, and interpretation of the complexity of human relationship on our planet. We view our world as a world of possibilities. But we wondered and expressed regret about the extent to which humanity is at war with itself. We question whether humans are too wise to know their own wisdom. Vices like racism, bad governance, and senseless wars, and annihilation of innocent lives are scars on our collective intelligence as humans. Are we truly Homo sapiens that we claim to be? Ladies and gentlemen, I invite you to read this book. Be part of the spirited conversation on gender, ambition, character, leadership, democracy, freedom, and the list goes on. We submit that the question of gender is less about the empowerment of women than the liberation of the masculine world from the culture and unchallenged philosophy which sustain and promote the denial of conducive environment and space for women to excel. Can we imagine what this world would be if both men and women walk away from these divisive cultural tendencies to tap in the huge potential, energy, and talents of all to contribute to make the world a better place for our collective well-being? This is not a boundary debate, ladies and gentlemen, but a call for symbiotic existence with all its huge benefits. Our interrogation of leadership and democracy helped me to understand that good governance is a product of visionary leadership, deeply rooted in courage, humility, and generosity. I hope you are listening. More about character than anything else. In the book, I describe the new Africa we would have post-pandemic. This Africa will free itself from elite capture of the state and its institutions, as its youthful population are loud in calling and holding to account leaders everywhere to serve the people and stop behaving like the lords of poverty. While writing this book, COVID-19 struck with its uncertainties and mystery, but we seized the moment to make the best use of the lockdown. For us, it was one of the unintended benefits of the pandemic, apart from the new norms and realities it has equally forced us to appreciate. The pandemic reminded us that life is a gift, and the trials and tribulations are a journey as we journey on this planet, are lubricants to keep the wheel of life turning on a daily basis. This is why when Dave asked me about my mentors, my response was I was my own mentor. Self-monitoring helps me take an objective assessment on periodic basis, my performance of the extent to which I am contributing to bring smiles to the faces of others. To me, this is what is living a fulfilling life. Gift of Friendship, the title of the book, is dedicated to all struggling women around the globe, and a special gift to both women in Gambia with the objective to standing and partnering with the women who are sparing no effort to transform their lives and provide the much needed leadership in their communities. I salute these women, here they are sitting, with their impressive courage of conviction. I want, on behalf of my author, Dave Jonge-Neelan, to register our profound appreciation to you all for gracing this launching ceremony. To the leadership of both women in the Gambia, I cannot thank you enough for emboldening the partner women with dignity to have the needed confidence to act and view the world as a world of possibilities. Thank you all for listening.
He was born in 1972 in the south of the Netherlands. He is a proud father of 3. He studied administration and modern Japanese studies and started a career in management consultancy. After a spontaneous last-minute holiday to the Gambia in the year 2001, a friendship was forged, which we celebrate today. He is a co-founder of Buzz Women the Gambia in the year 2012, and now is one of the leads in the expansion of Buzz Women. He's been christened in the Gambia, and his local name is Dauda Bari. Why he chose to be Fula, I don't know. But please, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Dave Jonge-Neelan, and he talks about the making of the book, Gift of Friendship.
I also want to welcome all of you to this special occasion, all honorary guests, but especially the women traveling so far from Fas and other regions to come here, because it's the women that inspire us, and I think Usman said it well, that we have dedicated the book also to the women we work with. So maybe a special applause for all the women. Usman changed my life in a big way. And I feel today we are celebrating the friendship for more than 20 years. And the book is a kind of symbol of that friendship. A friendship that comes from the heart, a friendship that crosses the ocean, it crosses language, it crosses the generation. And I've learned a lot, and I liked what our moderator said. Usman is a symbol of expanding humanity in the world. So for me, he's a big source of inspiration. And Usman told me that there's a nice saying that when you lean to a baobab, it gives you strength and it gives you wisdom. And for me, I think he's my baobab in my life. For me, writing this book was a long wish I had. I always wanted to tap the wisdom and the humor and all the insights Usman had and bring it to a bigger audience. And then my idea was always, let me go to the Gambia and interview Usman and put it in a book. But then my wife, and it shows you that women always have better ideas, she told me, just start writing the book. And I wrote a letter, an email to Usman, and I asked him, shall we write a book together? And that was even before the pandemic came. And then we started writing each other's letters. And with each letter, I got more curious to know more about how Usman looks at life, how he grew up, how he looks at Africa, how he looks at Europe, how he looks at important subjects in this world, a world where not everybody is equal. But Usman told me many teachings in his life. They ranged from very philosophical. He always said one culture is not enough if we want to advance humanity. But he also said, like, when good people meet, good things will follow. And that became my mantra in my life. If we have good people together, good things will happen. But he also gave me practical advice. He always said, like, money cannot buy you love, but it improves your bargaining position. So I took all this advice to heart. And now I'm very glad that we have all that wisdom of Usman in one book. And it's a gift from us to many other people, to read about friendship, to be inspired, but also to deepen the friendships you have, and also to make new friends. So for us, the book is not an end, but it's a beginning of new inspiration, of new connections. So that's why we all invite you to read the book. I want to thank a few people in particular today, because without them, this book wouldn't have been there. And the most important one is Tamsir Cham. Tamsir, you are here? If you can come forward, please, Tamsir.
Just when I step on the podium.
Yeah. Tamsir has so much power and passion that the lights start to go off. Huh? But you can still hear me, right? Yeah. In 2001, I came to the Gambia for the first time. And as Usman said, I was a tourist. And we were going inside the country with a suitcase with clothes. And then at some point, we stopped at a village called Bintang, at the riverside, Bintang Bolong. And there we stepped out of the car with our suitcase. And then I found this man. And if it was not for Tamsir, I would have never met Usman, and my life would have never changed the way it has now. And Tamsir showed me in Bintang his dreams, his passion for development. And then at the end of our meeting, he wrote down on a small piece of paper, and I still have it, he wrote a name and a number. And the name was Usman Cham, and the number was there. I think you still have the same number, Usman. And then the next morning I called Usman, and before I knew, I was sitting with Usman, and we went to a community together. And that was the end of my holiday, because the rest of the week I only saw projects and inspired people. But I really want to thank you, Tamsir. You're a brother to me, for connecting us.
Right.
And I think it's your passion and inspiration that we all have to thank.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Tamsir. The second person I really want to thank in particular is Fatou Cham. We met for the first time, I think 2017, 2018. And then we had this idea of Buzz Women. And we had a group of women together thinking about the possibility of Buzz Women in the Gambia. And there was one lady there that everybody else said she should be the one leading this. But the practical problem was that she was also the lady with the most concerns about the whole idea. But Fatou stepped in with all her heart. And if I look at Fatou's life story, she is a role model woman for all the women in the country. And now within 3 years, I'm so proud that you started this organization. And we've seen it this week, the trainings you provide, the way you go out to the communities, you interact with the women, the way you help them to save their money, improve their lives. And we also witnessed a wonderful new training by Fatou Mane, the Bus Green, which is about how to deal with climate change in this country. They've all made a deep impression on us. But as you see, it takes just one strong lady to inspire many women, and hopefully at one day we can say you inspired the whole nation. Fatou. The third person, the last person I want to thank now, is a very close friend over the years. And it's sometimes in life you have these ideas, like this mobile school, Buzz. It came from a conversation between Usman and me when we were in a village, I think it was around Kuloro. And then we had a discussion about how can we reach the people that normally don't have access to education. And then we thought about setting up a school, but then the idea was setting up a school is too expensive, too far away for the women. And then the idea of a mobile school came. But even before that, there were people investing in this idea with time, energy, and their money. And one of these people has been coming for 15 years to the Gambia now. And he's become a very close friend of mine. So I want to ask you, Lawrence, to stand up. And I really want to thank this man for believing in Buzz, in me, in our friendship. So I'm very grateful to have you here this week at the book launch. Finally, our journey for Buzz Women, yes, we traveled for 3 years now, but this is a long-term project. And this is going to be bigger and bigger. Like Fatou said, the numbers are growing every year. And we are dedicated to bring Buzz Women to every corner of this country and to enable 100,000 women in 5 years to get access to transformation, putting their own kind of effort in developing themselves, but also changing together. My call to everybody here is that I think we need a new narrative also in this country, which is, this week we asked in one of the villages, the women, the question, would you be willing to contribute also financially to the idea of giving all women in the Gambia access to this kind of education and transformation? And without blinking their eyes, the women said, yes, we would. And for me, that's such an example of the willingness of the women to develop themselves, but also each other. And I think it's a call upon Gambian society as well, for everybody to support the women in that effort. Of course, we are from, let's say, the West, trying to contribute. But for me, if this is really successful, it should be owned and also invested by the Gambians as well. So that's my humble kind of call upon you to help us move forward with a lot of Gambian energy and fuel in our buses. And I hope that together we can say in 5 years we can have another celebration, that we celebrate 25 years of friendship, but also 100,000 women being trained in the Gambia. I thank you very much.
It's very inspiring, the story behind the gift of friendship. And it only goes to affirm the fact that we live in a global village, that we can touch each other's lives, that friendship indeed is the only bond that we need to shut down racism, tribalism, and all of the isms that are negative to the growth of humanity at large. Bengolom miya lon konga kafunyo ya le jura anin badi ya. Mbenga lon nako dunia silang ninjamano la konante ya siyata. Bari fen kilin na sambe sababu no mbenga ke kilindi wolam kafunyo yati teriya badi ya. Bi bengo bolo jura kam. Ka yitandi ko sanji buang tanyo ya ni kafunyo ya. Mimba Alaj Usman ning Dave tema wala sababu roke bi ye kitabo safe kitabo mi yalon ko mbolo jura kan wo kammala mbayitandi kanko wo kitabo sanji muwan ila kafu ñoya i nata jele ko tubabulom mo finnom hadamadi be mo hadamadi doron nati wo ño kano wo ño lafo wala bi bango ni saabu wo bango dum ba buko ñinde jura kan buko ñim be nga jele ko mo saba wo lay folor sang o kadam fe jusala ku bati bar bukol dum balarin janne mi ngo mi mudala si keme seyledi keme sey porun sa karan kumala soto ya kammala ala ju Usman la dia moto ay min fo wolom ko ala do ko anin hadamadi ngol tengo watata la sanji tannani anin feng wo do ko ya tinala ay ku jamal je sulol kammala mini alon ko hellolom dolalto dinkiralto molto wodun nata la fahama yandro lafa baake anaya hino lafa pour asalafi anin mole do ko ke woteria kono anin devi nyoje wala kono bar Usman dum molte mi alon ko ayefonyo do ko la sinya fulale asango ya so bar sinya fula ba han kabi du amam batade kon kana wo fo kada mum bari nati bar han kabi bari nim bari mam musodi la iga ko dol fo no ayele but dev dum fana kada moti akana ta jang gambe jang sanji mon ko mantol kada na foloti wo na kono ay tero tandile mimbota bintang foni wole mu sababoti ani Usman la ñolong kamma ay wotentu ay jayi jang wo borin kolaje Fatou Touré mimba nyaton kayala boss women wo fana min banke jambi wolom ko musu wulidantang yo wolle karandi ye mecho dila ye londo dila pour se famuna fanno nyamin ni jamano kam kuma la sutiya kamma wolom bi bengoti nga wala kacha jang pour min ya lon ko bala fila kana soro la maleka kanto that done we were supposed to have the review by Hausen Cisse. He has sent me his review on text, so I'll try to read it on his behalf. I just received it now. So if I blunder, it's because I've not read it before. It begins, Gift of Friendship by Usman Cham and Dave Yongelin, 2021. Review by Hausen Cisse, historian and author. Read on his behalf by Haruna Drame. By the very nature of the packaging, this book is meant to last long and can be enduring presence in our collections, libraries, and so on. Its hardcover and glossy pages are meant to withstand the days, weeks, years, and be a constant factor on our coffee tables. Indeed, this book cannot be carried about in a bag or in hand. Instead, it is meant to be read bit by bit, page by page, chapter by chapter, so that its elucidating messages could be embeamed in pieces but understood and appreciated as a whole. What is the book about? It is about how lasting friendship got built, how it's maintained, how it is valorized so that it benefits humanity. Friendship, I believe, is best and most useful when it has dividends. Fruits must come out of the tree of friendship. If not, that friendship becomes useless. This is why the decades-long friendship between Usman Cham and Dave Yongelin is useful friendship because it has lasted the test of time and has led to an association at the center of empowerment and value adding to our citizens called Burrs Women. The two authors, Usman and Dave, use 23 chapters in the book to delve into the separate but joint lives, the trajectories that they have taken and even those not taken, and how when sincerity belies relationships, they last long and become useful when we read through chapter 1. We trace the life of Usman Cham, who from day one knows the importance of women, especially determined women. As he grew up in a single-parent house under the watchful eye of a no-nonsense woman and hard-working woman. Here is the rest of the chapter, we see how strong women help to shape strong men into success and good citizenry. Dave also, in chapter 2, entitled Upbringing, explains the childhood in Holland from hard-working parents from pages 21. So, already, even long before the duo, Cham and Dave, met, and despite the huge age difference, they shared the luck of grooming from determined women. Much of the book is taken up by the chapters that discuss the current state of the world, from the scourge of racism, page 103, to the impairment caused by the corona pandemic, page 145, to the failed attempts at forging a new constitution for the Gambia, pages 151. So, in this book, there are staples of lasting friendship. So are there the narrations of the current affairs which affect our lives daily. But if you ask me to do a sound bite for the essence of this book, I will say it is a testimony of friendship, lasting, sincere, and friendship between two men, one from the south and another from the north. In these days of fake news and truncated truths, friendship is increasingly getting rare. People want to build fleeting relationships that are predatory and transactional. This is not what this book is about. This book is about how to build and maintain and valorize friendship across the age and color brackets. This is why I highly recommend it to all who seek to build unity and understanding of the brother home and yonder. Thank you all. Hausul Sise. So the first certificate goes to Kafuta Jurusi Multipurpose Cooperative Society. Puta Kankamanle, Kankanan, Fankandang Horticultural Cooperative. Penyeng Santamba, Tibanor, Nyodema, Penyem Multipurpose. So the launching statement was to be delivered by the Honorable Minister for Gender, Children and Social Welfare, the Honorable Fatou Kinte, here represented by Marian Juka Jabang, to do the launching statement. Ma'am.
I am delivering this statement on behalf of the Honorable Minister of Gender, Children and Social Welfare, Honorable Fatou Kinte, who is unavoidably absent today. I'm not forgetting to extend my warm greetings to the gallant women in this hall and in the other parts of the Gambia who have been always supportive and beneficiaries of the Boss Women Gambia. It is indeed an honor for me to stand here before you to address you in this gathering of this nature. The Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Welfare from the onset has been really impressed with the work of the Boss Gambia and its management. Its commitment and their commitment towards the improvement of socio-economic development in the Gambia has been very laudable. Your mentorship of these women can be described as a driver to the Gambia's economy, as most businesses are small and medium enterprises that are owned by women. Your intervention to train women has exposed them to smart thinking in doing business. This, ladies and gentlemen, sooner or later, would see an increase in the number of women that have successfully established and owned their businesses. Not only in the Gambia alone, but it's important to note that they're also doing the same thing in other countries that Boss Women is present, such as India and Georgia, etc. Thank you, Boss Gambia, for always extending welcoming arms to the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Welfare. We really appreciate the collaboration that you always demonstrate, and we hope that we'll continue to work together to reach out to more women and for you as an organization to reach higher heights. Ladies and gentlemen, may I take this opportunity to extend and congratulate Mrs. Fatou Cham, the Bus Gambia Women Coordinator, and her staff for their dedication and commitment in taking the concept of Buzz to the door-to-door of every Gambian woman, no matter where they are located in this country. We have been following your work, and several testimonies have mentioned the good things that you're doing. Please keep it up. The book that we are launching today is a true reflection of the positive things and something that we all can emulate. From people embracing one another regardless of their background. The two people who co-authored this book, this beautiful book, I must say, titled The Gift of Friendship, are both from different countries, different cultures, different generations, different races, which I must say, and yet they are able to work together in many ways. Ladies and gentlemen, what this signifies is that we can work together if we shelve our personal and individual differences and collectively work towards a common goal. Looking at the profile of the authors, it is evident that both are seasoned professionals who have passion in human development. During Mr. Usman Mohammed Cham's career, he has proven his interest is all about developing people so that this world will become a better place. He worked in the fields of education and non-governmental organizations, where he retired honorably as Regional Director of the Child Fund. The Gambia is very proud of his achievements, all that he has registered by Mr. Cham, and we shall continue to celebrate him. To Mr. Dave Dauda Barry, your ideas and views about how we can give opportunities to women and change lives for the better has planted the seeds of hope, and therefore, you have amplified and showed your determination for Gambian women to succeed. Your dream and vision of bringing new things to the Gambia has shown us that tourism is not just about enjoying the hospitalities that the Gambia has to offer as the smiling coast of Africa, but to form an everlasting and meaningful friendship that will change the world for the better. We are grateful to have you, Mr. Dave, in our midst, and you deserve to be an ambassador or honorary citizen of the Gambia. Just like you mentioned in the book, when good people meet, great things happen. Thank you. Like we say in our local language, in our local dialects, Abaraka, Jerejef, Jarama. Going through this book, it is difficult to select a favorite chapter, as every heading, every sentence, every paragraph, or basically every part of the book is phenomenal. However, I am thrilled with the fact that these gentlemen were busy exchanging messages, as Mrs. Cham has said, during the COVID-19 pandemic, when most people were worried more about their survival tactics. Looking at chapter 7, for instance, regarding inspiration, is about putting a smile on the faces of people wherever you can and wherever you go. Chapter 15 is also a favorite, as it relates to the fact that discriminating against one another is purely based on ignorance and greed and fear. The book encourages pluralism, gender tolerance, and character development. Ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned earlier, the whole content of this book, The Gift of Friendship, is worth reading. I therefore encourage each and every one of you to get a copy of the book and educate the world on the values of doing good and being genuine. Those who cannot read the book can have a copy and get someone to interpret in their language that they can understand. I hope that one day the authors will convert the book into an audio book that the local languages can benefit from. On that note, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we would now move to the most important segment of this program, and that is the launch of the book, The Gift of Friendship. I thank you all for your kind attention.
We will encourage the authors to autograph for anybody who wants to buy a copy. It's $800 each, and they'll be happy to sign for you. And then maybe both women will do some food and some water and some drinks and some other things. That will make it interesting. I don't think there was somebody to do a vote of thanks. If there's none, I can thank everybody for coming. And then it's been great to have you. We hope we will be launching more books. And we hope, in the words of Dave, that in the next 5 years, we would have achieved the 100,000 milestone of changing the lives of 100,000 Gambian women. I think this is worthy of us to celebrate. And I hope that in those 5 years, we'll meet here again or at the stadium to celebrate.
Love like fire. Wow. Love like fire. Xam ngeen rek affaire bi xam ngeen fan la? Skincare la. 2020 lañ wax de. Waaw. Fii nag mooy Kerr fan Kerr zero tache. Perfect skin. Skincare saa su ne rek niñ ko dee defee rek. Loo lañ soxlaati rek. Maanaam bu ngeen am problème ci seen skin yéen xam ngeen fan la fii ngeen di ñëw suma xarit yeeg am di jàmm yi nga xam ne taas daf lañ sonaloon xam nga doon xeesal ba laka xum éneew ma lañ ko nag waaye just in case comme ni ko gars yi di waxee rek en cas just in case loolu xew xam ngeen fi ngeen di ñëw Skincare Plus si yu baax rek la ñoo dox nag ay baax rek fu ne la ñoo dem ci réew mi di lañ indi rek nag products yu baax du Paris du Italie du USA du fi mu nekk nii sax boole nañ ci nag Sweden fu nekk lañ leen a indilee products bu dee tamit nag da nga ñuul rek ñu lay jamaa natural beauty that melanin dripping we do have stuff for you as well emuñ si skincare products rek ñu ngi ci cuub yi tamit fu ne la ñoo jaar in fact sax last commercial bi ñu defoon waxuñ leen woon ne dañoo dox ci ay kawar 9A grade rek nag waaw we do have bundles as well hair si lu ne la ñoo dox ñun ñu ngi ci rafetal jigéen rek luy taaral jigéen rek waaw boo leen di tukki tamit bëggoon rek classic suitcase ñu dañoo dox ci ay Samsonite duñ dee indi any brand of suitcases though other than Samsonite comme li ma dee wax rek boo eggee airport dëri Samsonite dafa am nuñ laa xoolee waaw ngeen lan nag waaw skin ci moom la ñu gën a xamee nag skincare products ci moom la ñu gën a xamee ñu ngi dox tamit benn tey tamit si ay dàlla waaye man nag skincare mooy suma specialty xam nga rek jigéen bu sa xar kanam réglé loo def mu jag am nañ Patricia Reiner Kiwi Eye the whole range Lighten Up Gold Tomatine I mean the list can just go on and on and on and on lépp loo xam ne rek luy taaral jigéen la ci yooyu rek la ñoo dox Skincare Plus nag emuñ si Gambia rek ñu nga United States ñu ngi Gambia fii ba pare bu dee yaa ngi anywhere in Europe mun nañ la ko mail within 3 days rek ñetti fan rek nga jot say diw emuñ si loolu rek dañ laa consult tamit balaa ñu laa jaay diw dinañ def a free consultation pour wax la rek exactly li nga xam ne moo méngoo ak sa kanam dinañ leen wax tamit ne rek am nañ perfumes fragrances men's shirts accessories we do dresses as well we do blouses I mean we do shoes name it we do them Skincare Plus 2020 is our year of perfection zero task fi mu nekk nii réew mi fii kenn waratu fi task kenn waratu fi am problème kanam kenn waratu fi am problème yu picca boo ko amee dafa fekk ne rek ñëwuloo ci place bi fii. Love like fire. Bring my love like fire.
Agada.
Mbijan raganya.
Albaka.
Mbaka important.
Yo, nga transfer la story.
Ya transfer la.
Ha, code nyinji.
Okay. Important. Nsila ID soto.
Sa soto. Sorry. Agada.
Mbijan bro.
Albaka.
Mbaka.
Bara Allah service o tariaka.
Mbale.
Mo ki janna nun kunu bara tariaka.
Jannom yona forest de bureau. Gambia tonkon na no mbali ya bere. Birim koyna fo katon.
Bari si kodo kino katon nim fo bolong blabe to.
56 branches mola soto Gambia jam.
Ha?
Gambia kono ani Gambia bantala bankol. Nka kodo kiya bere to. Kodo sifa fo falindiro fo nyaadi lafta memmen na kodi to poto nin kodi maraw. Jannom number 1 ti nyonta. Andum fana nata anoda enterprise sotale. Wolam nyindi ko domorol fana kol fana be firale le dadi ma ni domorol ni fana beteata. Gambia dawda yalo ma fa kendol sotale je.
Wo moyo diat.
Apelenta
ni
baraka
ni na lafta nyelen kendol e bina.
Yalo bukani la ko la baraka ba.
Yalo ndel chosano lo.
Baraka.
We live in a day and age where technology is creating a world without borders, filled with unlimited potential to improve the lives of the people around us. Innovarex Global Health ushers in a new way of leveling the playing field with increased access to quality healthcare services delivered at your doorstep. Our qualified professionals are equipped with state-of-the-art point-of-care testing technology to conduct tests such as kidney function, liver function, electrolyte tests, body composition, hemoglobin, A1C, and many more services with the highest efficiency in delivering results. The addition to our flagship Wellness on Wheels, more fondly known as WOW Delivery Service, brings the entire clinical experience full circle. IGH has remained committed to creating the future of healthcare delivery. Gone are the days of sending loved ones outside the country for basic medical services. Innovarex Global Health offers a new peace of mind and takes pride in delivering the quality of care we all deserve.